Let's continue with our commute that way. BikeBlogger here on my way to work. New commute today. On the sidewalk? Nah, this is the River des Peres Greenway trail. Heading north. So I've moved, and this will be my new bike commute for a while at least, for the foreseeable future. It's really nice. They redid this trail about maybe 5 years ago or something like that. As far as I know, this trail, there's always been a trail here. You know, this trail is decades old, but they redid it, so now it's I think it's 8 feet wide. Interesting tidbit though of information. They are, I'm just fixing my mirror. I bumped it, I guess, when I was moving my bike around. They are extending this trail. So it's actually gonna go all the way to my workplace, which is awesome. Awesome? Awesome! They're gonna do another 1 mile or so extension of the trail. I'll show you, because we're going that way now. It's really nice, really easy. It's not very sheltered though, this trail, so you get pretty cold and windy on it. Yeah, really be careful with all these crossings. Sort of like a little mini highway to my right. So right now I'm crossing over Watson Road. Here comes a cyclist. Gave him a wave. They gave me a nod. Didn't feel super comfortable waving right there though, because it got a little narrow. It was on a bridge and there was a barrier to the right, and I didn't want to crash and fall into a little mini highway to the right. I think the speed limit on the road to my right is 40 miles per hour. Let's slow down here. Nobody around. But I mean, you regularly see people breaking that limit because they got little signs that tell you to slow down. You know, they update your speed as you're approaching them. I think they're solar powered, and I don't think they come on when it's cloudy. But anyway, you regularly see people going 50 in a 40 zone, so it's almost like a mini freeway. Alright, one more of these little goofy stops. Very important to slow down for those little stops, because like I said, these cars to my right, they're moving pretty fast. They're not looking for cyclists, even though they should. And if the cyclist and the car are traveling in the same direction, namely if I was going the other way, which I will tonight, and you got these cars like that bus that just passed going that way, there's a blind spot there. You know, they have to really look over their shoulder to see if the cyclist is coming down the trail, especially if they're moving fast, like me. I usually move pretty fast. Alright, now though, we're going downhill, and we're going 15 miles per hour. Now we're coming up on Lansdowne Avenue or something like that. So I have two options here. I can cross the street to the Metrolink or go right. And I'll do whatever, you know, the light is doing right now. Whatever saves me the most time. So all these guys are gonna go, and I'm gonna go after them. That's how I'm gonna play it today. rather than get off my bike and walk across the street. There we go. Now I will enter the road. And I'm gonna make a left up here. And now I'm gonna get on a road called Wabash. I got the signal, that's awesome. And there it is. Greenway coming. And so are the cones. Let's get over. Alright, so what's the deal? This road I'm on now is there's gonna be a greenway. What's a greenway? It's gonna be a trail. It's gonna be a 10-foot wide trail for just cyclists and walking people, pedestrians. The trail is gonna be to my left. There are multiple lanes of traffic to my left. Sorry, it's a little loud. And what they're gonna do is they're gonna remove one of those lanes and do a little street diet. All right, I need to be getting over here. Need to be getting over. Nobody behind me. All right, so again, this is sort of an extension of the River de Pere, and people go sort of fast on this road. So the idea is, well, people will be going slower if you do a little street diet and you add just a nice lane for cyclists over there. Now, all these trees in the median, they're marked with a white X. So unfortunately, they're gonna cut down all those trees. They'll plant new ones though. Maybe I'll post a link to what I'm talking about. But basically, that Greenway trail I was on earlier, it obviously ended, and now you have to ride on the road, which is okay for me, but yeah. There's actually a Greenway to my left now, so what they'll be doing is they're going to just make it, you know, connect the two. I need to get over. There we go. So I'm gonna turn around and show you real quick here. Here we go. And here is the Greenway trail again. Isn't that ridiculous? Especially for someone who's not as, you know, comfortable riding on the road as me. It's like, what the heck, where'd the trail go? And now here it is again. So, and actually it dies right here. And what they'll be doing is they're gonna extend this trail further forward, and actually the trail links back up again at a park called Francis Slay Park. It's the name of one of the St. Louis mayors who's been a St. Louis mayor, I think, since the 90s, but he's retiring, or someone else is gonna be mayor now this year in an election. Anyway, so here's the Greenway, and you know, it began just where I just started right there, and it goes this way. Notice there's no stop sign. Slow down. Gotta be careful anyway. So tonight what I'll be doing is I'll be riding on this Greenway. Not a lot of green right now, but I'll go this way. I'll be going over the bridge here. And you notice it's still nice and wide, but as you reach that bridge up ahead, that train bridge, it shrinks and it goes back to a regular sidewalk. So what they're going to be doing is, you know, basically removing a lane of traffic and building this Greenway thing. And oh, I don't think you saw it, but there's a guy who just went by on some sort of moped. Anyway, that's about it for me. I'm right underneath, actually this isn't a train bridge. The train bridge is right there. This bridge I'm under is the highway, Interstate 44, I believe. There's some ducks down there. So yeah, riding my Wabi Lightning. Love this bike. There's that mirror I was talking about. Got a video on that. So yeah, what I'll be doing is I'm going to attempt to ride on the sidewalk and just show you the, you know, where the trail will sort of be tonight, which is that way. And you can pretty obviously tell maybe in the video that it just turns into a regular little 3 or 4 foot wide sidewalk. So yeah, I don't usually recommend riding on the sidewalk, but hey, you know, sometimes it makes more sense to do that than others, as long as there's not a lot of driveways, and I think there are a lot of driveways up there. Anyway, thanks for watching. Let's continue with our commute that way. Ah, it's loud. All right, so going up the Greenway again. The thing to my left is the River Des Peres channel, storm channel, man-made, quite a feat. It's one of the largest man-made trenches around here. So, to get to my workplace, all we gotta do is, like I said, you would take the Greenway pretty much all the way to here, and then you just take some residential streets straight up here. So let's do it. And if you watch some of my other videos, you'll recognize the area pretty quickly. Just gotta get through this little neighborhood. So yeah, I'm still doing videos. I want to try to do them a little more regularly here soon. Take a left. Lost dog, oh, sad. Here we go. Make a right onto St. Elmo. When will the trail be completed that I keep talking about in this video? Completion date is scheduled. Doesn't mean it's gonna happen, but it's scheduled to be done. Well, not very specific, but it's supposed to be done by the end of the year. What is required? Well, obviously gotta put down new paint on the road to redraw all the traffic lanes. I have to remove that concrete median, remove all the trees, likely move some utilities, which will take the longest, I think, that are underground. Then they gotta actually build the thing, which probably shouldn't take that long. It's just like I said, basically it's just a 10-foot sidewalk, 10-foot wide sidewalk. Walk and plant some trees, do a little landscaping. Here we go, Greenwood Boulevard, I think yeah, that's what this is called. So I was about 5 minutes ago in the city of St. Louis limits. Now I'm in the city of Maplewood, Missouri suburb, and we'll make a right onto Sutton Boulevard here. And now, train tracks. Share the road. Now we're back on my regular commute. We're almost to work now. Thanks for coming along with me for this fun-filled ride to work. Pretty pleasant, except for that one road, but like I said, they'll be building a nice new trail there. Although it won't be there for several months from now. That's okay. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Woo!